Hey everyone, it's Miss Hultin. This is definitely a little weird with me being at home and you being at home, but I want you to know I miss all of you, and I hope you're washing your hands and staying healthy. I'm gonna go ahead and be reading some of the stories I would have read to you in the classroom. And then I'll post them online, and this is a chance for you to keep up on this literature. I want you to practice making those text-to-self connections, practice making text-to-text connections, practice talking about the characters and the setting, the problem, solution, all those literary elements that we practice in class. Also, earlier in the year, we sent home some comprehension sticks. So those would be really, really great for you to use on your stories that you read right now so you can keep up with that information. I'm going to read our first story today. It's a little bit weird for me, so I apologize if I mess up. But our first story is called Spring is Here. And this story is by Hillenbrand. Okay? All right, Spring is Here. And this is about a little bear and a mole. And a mole is kind of like a little creature that lives in the ground. So it says, Mole woke up. It's nice and sunny out there. Is it spring, he wondered? He opened the window to smell the air. Sniff, sniff, sniff. He dressed. And he tiptoed past Bear's bedroom and stepped outside. He felt mud under his feet. Squish, squish, squish. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I made a text-to-self connection right there. Because when I was a little kid, I used to go into the mud and squish my toes around. It felt so good. Spring is here, cried Mole. I must tell Bear. But do you remember Bear was sleeping? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't wake a sleeping bear. Mole rapped on Bear's window. Tap, tap, tap. Snore, replied the bear. Mole dashed inside and knocked on Bear's door. Knock, knock, knock. Snore, replied the bear. Then Mole tickled Bear's nose. Swish, swish, swish. Snore, replied the bear. He's pretty tired. Mole played his horn for the bear. Toot, toot, toot. Snore, replied the bear. Think for just a moment, what would you do to try and wake the bear? Oh dear, sighed Mole. Spring is here and Bear must get up. Mole thought and he thought, and then he scampered outside. Scampered is a fancy word for skipped. So he gathered, he milked, he churned. He poured, he mixed, he baked. Did anyone make a text-to-text connection about baking anything? Maybe a gingerbread man? And finally, he shuffled into Bear's room. Wake up, Bear, mumbled the mole. Spring is here. So look what he did. Looks like he made him breakfast. Breakfast in bed. Yum, replied the bear. And then he looked at Mole. Wake up, Mole, said Bear. Spring is here. So the mole, he did so much work trying to wake up the bear that he fell asleep. Snore, replied the mole. And that's the end of that story. So before you go, I want you to think about the different characters, the different setting that happened. I want you to think about the problem and the solution, and then see if you can make some connections to the text. And if you have any of those connections that you want to share with me, you can do so on this message, or you can write them down and share them with me later. Okay? Our next book will also be about spring, and I will keep you posted. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Have a great night.